40 floors above the street, where the clouds and concrete meet. Everything is small and gold, stories that were never told. Trace your shadow on the pane, mixed with neon in the rain. Looking down at all the lights in the middle of the night. Gravity is letting go. Keep it steady, keep it low. Floating in this crystal box, ticking like the midnight clocks. Through the vapor, through the glass, watching all the world bypass. Ice is melting in the cup. Don't you ever wake me up. City's just a blur of red, spinning circles in my head. Cotton sheets and cooling skin, where the quietness begins. In the grain of every breath, nothing left to say or guess. The air is thick with you. Whatever you want to do. Floating in this crystal box, ticking like the midnight clocks. Through the vapor, through the glass, watching all the world bypass. Just a reflection, just a connection behind the glass. Fog index of the city night, measured in how much the neon blurs. At what point does the amber light become the orange that occurs only in the thickest fog? Fog index mine to read, the only forecast that I need. Fog index, dark and white, the city turning soft inside. Fog index, cold and real, the most obscure but honest feel of what the city actually is when the fog makes it hiss and blur and soften into gray. Fog index, that's the day. I prefer a high fog. hours sit between the blue of night and the black of deep. The most beautiful I've ever seen. The color that belongs to sleep. Indigo, the hours on shade, where the sharpest edges fade. Indigo hours, hold me here in the color without fear. Indigo hours, deep and wide, everything I feel inside. I've started looking for this color in the hour before I rest. It makes everything feel fuller, like the night is at its best. Indigo, the hours on shade, where the sharpest edges fade. Indigo hours, hold me here in the color without fear. Indigo hours, deep and wide, everything I feel inside. Indigo, the most honest color, only visible if you stay up late enough. There's a frequency that stays still while everything around it moves. A tone beneath the noise until the world finds back its grooves. Still frequency, always there. The note beneath the rushing air. Still frequency, underneath the field. Still frequency, low and true. The note that carries me back to you. Before I face the moving day, the frequency that quenches thirst, before the loudness comes to play. Still frequency, always there. The note beneath the rushing air. Still frequency, mine and real. The constant underneath the field. Still frequency, low and true. The note that carries me back to you. is calling. Night is wide. Keep on moving. Step inside. Find the groove tonight. Find the groove tonight. Feel right. Find the groove. Stay there. My memory works like morning fog. It covers everything in soft. I reach for something sharp and clear, and find it muted, find it lost. Fog memory, softer than the truth. The gentler version of my youth. Fog memory, warm and thin, protecting me from deep within. Fog memory, kind and wide, blurring out the sharpest side. I used to fight the softening, the way things blur at the edges. Now I let the fog come in and rest inside its gentle pledges. Fog memory, softer than the truth. The gentler version of my youth. Fog memory, warm and thin, protecting me from deep within. occasion of the actual. Of what I know myself to be. Glass cell clear and cold, the truest version of the toll. Glass cell dark and real, the transparent version of the feel. Glass cell cold, the honest glass of the inside. No distortion and no tint, no flattering and no hint of anything but what is there. Glass self, that's the rare. Glass self, that's the rare occasion of the actual. Only visible to me at this hour in this light, the clearest I ever get. The empty seat beside me on the late train home is mine by the proximity of the particular zone of space I hold around myself.